before, let's say, look at the generation of the flood. There was so much evil in the world. God said, let's do a do-over, a reset, a great reset. And then with the Tower of Babel, what was that about? That was a one world government. That was the globalist agenda. And God said, well, you're kind of nice to each other, or at least you're working together. So I'm not going to destroy you like I did with Dora Mabel. But you got together to fight me and to try to rebel against me. So that's not good. So he mixed everyone's language up. That's where Don't Babel comes from. Like, he confused the nation. So we are no longer centralized. It seemed at that point in time, God didn't like global governance. That belongs to him, right? So what we call the New World Order, which has orchestrated all this, is nothing more than the oldest world order, just rebranded. But what it really is pure idolatry, paganism, and child sacrifice. How do you convince someone that is going on? You have to change the frame of reference that they look, the glasses that they look through. Most people have a big problem. They're decent people. And their decency is an obstacle to a understanding of the reality of the situation. I no longer have that problem. I don't look at the world through decent glasses. Based on my experience, I look through the glasses of reality. And I might have mentioned this earlier, but there is a book called Gulag Archipelago. It's written by Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn, yeah. And he won the Nobel Prize in Literature for it. And it's 2,700 pages of a scream of a person on the brutality of what humanity is capable of. And also the supernatural decency that you could discover amongst that brutality also in some individuals. But there's one story that stands out in my memory, which was that, so he survived the gulags. In most cases, first-hand reporting, or at least information that he got while being there. And so he describes a story that Stalin wanted to build a canal from Moscow to another city. And he used the Gulag prisoners to do it. 400,000 died. Their corpses were thrown into the cement and they were entombed permanently in the canal. When the canal was finished, it was too shallow, not one ship ever used it. So then he asks the question, why was the canal built? And the answer is that 400,000 people should die. Now, normal people don't think in those terms. Now, I respect the adversary. I think they're evil and they need to be destroyed. But that's not a contradiction to respecting what their capabilities are and what they have been able to pull off, and to take them seriously. It's a mistake not to understand the tactics and the strategy and the power of your opponent. How can you counter an effective strategy if you don't understand who you're dealing with and who you're fighting? So we are now, if you take all the forces that have been involved in orchestrating the worst crime in human history, when you sum total them, they're the primordial serpent that we have allowed to exist through shifting the balance of good and evil towards evil through our choices, and it created a vacuum in which the forces of evil could thrive.